president convicted of a crime, and jury selection starts this hour in Delaware for the first ever trial of a current president's child.
Hunter Biden is accused of lying about drug use on a form required to purchase a firearm in 2018. The president's son has admitted to cocaine addiction and described his struggles in a book, writing he's been sober since 2019. The trial is expected to last a couple of weeks. Hunter Biden is also charged with federal tax violations. That trial in California was delayed until September. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
History's made in Mexico. The country's first woman president, Claudia Sheinbaum, is elected in a landslide. She was the mayor of Mexico City and head of the country's Environment and National Resource Department. 11 people are reported killed in Israeli strikes overnight in central Gaza, and another Hamas hostage's body is recovered. The ceasefire proposal President Biden announced Friday is still waiting for approval or rejection.
The UN's Relief and Works Agency is working in several areas affected by the Israel-Hamas conflict, East Jerusalem, as well as the West Bank and Gaza. UNRWA's Senior Deputy Director of Affairs, Scott Anderson, on CBS Face the Nation said he hopes a proposal to stop the fighting can take hold.
We very much welcome a ceasefire. It's time for the hostages to go home to their families. Time for more aid to start coming in, and then hopefully we can start rebuilding Gaza.
But Israel has its issues with the agency passing a bill in its parliament to brand UNRWA as a terrorist group because of claims that past agency members had ties to militant groups. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Dr. Anthony Fauci appears today before the House subcommittee investigating the COVID-19 pandemic, its origins, and the federal response, which Dr. Fauci helped oversee. America's listening to Fox News.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Gold demand is hitting record highs, but supply may not keep up. I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your retirement savings from a chaotic world. To learn how to diversify your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals, text the word SHELTER to 989898 for a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group. That's SHELTER to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
For the St. Louis Cardinals.
He says his revenge will be winning the election.
These people are sick. They're sick. They're deranged.
Former President Trump also says he's not sure the public would stand for it if he's sent to prison. He was on Fox and Friends Weekend talking about his criminal hush money case and conviction, and more cases still pending.
The hush money trial is in the rearview mirror for former President Trump, but there are 3 more legal cases facing him. 2 of them are related to efforts to overturn his defeat in the 2020 election, one in Georgia and one in Washington, D.C. And a third is focused on secret government documents found at Mar-a-Lago, his Florida home. There is also the Supreme Court ruling expected by the end of this month, which centers on his claim of immunity for official acts taken as president in the federal 2020 election subversion case. If he is reelected as president in November, he would be in a position to shut down the 2 federal cases and could seek to have the state prosecution put on hold. In New York City, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
A wildfire that started Saturday in San Juan County, California, is reported to be about 50% contained now. Evacuation orders are lifted. At least 1 home's destroyed.
I'm having difficulty just breathing with all this smoke and the wind blowing in every direction. 1 firefighter hurt with minor injuries, another firefighter injured with moderate injuries. Firefighters are all around us as flames pop up in every location. They try to get a handle on it and put them out quickly. The visibility is so bad. And I don't know if you can hear the wind, but literally it's knocking the breath right out of me. It is crazy.
Rowena Shaddix with Fox 40 Sacramento. Prosecutors plan to dismiss murder and manslaughter charges against a Minnesota state trooper who shot and killed a man trying to pull away during a traffic stop based on new analysis of video from the scene. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Federal judge delaying rulings on key evidentiary issues in the upcoming trial of former AT&T Illinois President Paul LaChiesa, a former executive indicted in October of 2022 with conspiracy, federal program bribery, and using a facility in interstate commerce to promote unlawful activity over allegations he bribed then House Speaker Michael Madigan. Urbana police investigating after a 14 and 16-year-old hurt in a shooting Saturday near the intersection of Hunter Street and Learman Avenue. Police say that a fight took place just before the shooting. Shortly after the parties broke up, an unknown individual pulled up in a car, got out, began firing towards the crowd of spectators. The suspect then drove away. The regional superintendent has chosen 2 people to fill the vacancies on the Champaign School Board. The search for Champaign School Board replacements, the 2 candidates chosen are Mark Holm and Sam Banks. Holm ran for school board in 2023. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Hey, good morning. It's Monday. It is 6-3-24. And we got traffic in downtown Philo.
Yeah, we do, because they're rerouting off of the crossing that's over. Is that Route 150?
Yeah, we're at Route 130. The
130.
crossing is closed, so people, all our Villa Grove
coming
friends,
through town now.
Margo, we should have had a neon light.
Yeah.
That said, Solier is on.
Listen to 93.5.
is on. That's what we should have been doing here. Yeah,
you talking about the electronic billboard or something?
Yeah, we should have done that. I'd have had to do it from the inside because then it would have been a zoning thing if I had done it outside. So, yeah. Anyway, we are here with meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Carl.
Carl works every day to improve the health of community members across the region. If you're looking for an opportunity to serve others in a supportive environment, visit carl.org/careers.
All right, beautiful morning, Mr. June 3. Greg Solier, what you seeing, buddy?
Yeah, welcome to meteorological summertime, early June, and get through the next 2-3 days around here, and we should be able to enjoy clear sailing and crossing the T's and dotting the I's and getting the backyard and the back 40 where it needs to be, including maybe a little replanting in some spots. With generally acceptable spell of weather over the past weekend. No real heat expected around here anytime soon. Matter of fact, the subtle cooling trend gets going late in the weekend and early next week. So if you're looking for some of that Gulf Coast heat, Brother Johnny's place, 95 to 105 degree type stuff they've experienced for the past few weeks. None of that coming northward anytime soon. 65 now over at Willard and Savoy, 62 at Rantoul, 61 Danville, 65 Bloomington Normal. A little bit of patchy fog and haze on the horizon. Some of the thicker stuff as you venture east towards the Illinois-Indiana line, at least for right now. For the day-to-day, patchy fog and low cool spots, if you will. Partly sunny, warm, moderately humid. Dew points are climbing a bit. That may trigger a lone stray shower later this afternoon. 95% of the day is dry at a high around 85. We'll bottom out tonight at 66. A stray shower this evening and maybe a couple of more scattered showers and thunderstorms. Spotty at best, so well after midnight. Tomorrow and for the day on Wednesday, limited sun, more clouds of sun and warmth and some humidity in the air. A couple of scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm both morning and afternoon, but far from complete coverage. Highs at 83 tomorrow, 60s tomorrow night, and up to 82 on Wednesday. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of dry weather. High temperatures up around the lower 80-degree range for Thursday and Friday, near 80 for the weekend, upper 70s early next week. Stevie Jay Broadcasting, meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, Greg, appreciate it very much. It is Monday, and off we go into our program here today. You're always welcome to text in on the Fisher National Bank text line. ESPN 93.5, the Sheriff of Riverside, California. Population 326,000. Made this Twitter/X entry.
I know it's going to make some of you angry. I know that you're going to be mad at me, but I'm going to change teams. I think they're onto something, but I don't think they're doing enough. I think that we need to go big. You know me, go big or go home. You're the biggest, you do the best, you're the best at everything, and you might as well do something right if you're going to do it. And I'm all in. And I hope that you're all with me. I hope that you all have this change of heart. You all feel that this is definitely the right thing to do, and you come alongside me in this venture. And I think it's time that instead of letting them out of jail and giving them alcohol and drugs and everything else, I think it's time we put a felon in the White House. Trump 2024, baby. Let's save this country.
From California, make America great again. Time to put a felon in the White House. Anthony Russo, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I don't know if that'll play in Riverside. I think it's a little more conservative if there is such a thing in California. So maybe it'd be okay. Well, good to have you back on the program. It's Anthony Russo, the Truth Shall Set You Free podcast. What was your whole take of the events of last week, Anthony?
Well, it was odd. I was more angry than I thought I was going to be. Like when we saw the 34 convictions, I was surprised. I wasn't shocked, but I was surprised that it was across the board. But then I've learned a lot more about that. I keep learning more about the legal system as we go. It really was kind of a foregone conclusion that it was either going to be fully guilty or fully not guilty, especially based on the instructions of the judge, which is confusing.
Well, do you understand about you only need 4 people instead of 12? I still don't get it.
It's the 4-4-4 rule, which is something very new and very nuanced, apparently. But it's essentially saying that they could all be believing a different form of guilt, not having to admit what they thought was guilty. So there could be 3 different things that they believed, and as long as it fell under one of those categories, you could find them guilty. Which is why it sounded like it was called the 4-4-4 rule.
Gotcha.
Whatever the heck that
whatever
means.
the heck.
Yeah.
So the instructions kind of led to an automatic conviction. I'm not surprised. I guess after tracking it, how unfair it was. I guess a little blatant on how forward that was. The fact that, man, that doesn't seem fair. It wasn't. It absolutely was not. Lady Justice had the blindfold off on this one. They were going to convict him. They got what they wanted. I do believe it'll be overturned eventually. They'll appeal that maybe all the way to the Supreme Court, but at some point they're going to say, you can't do that. Too many points from the constitutional amendments. There's like 3 or 4 violated. So it'll probably be overturned. The question is, what effect does this have?
Yeah, so it's difficult. So I don't know how soon it'll be overturned, because where it would initially be overturned is in the exact same place that he's in right now, and I don't think they're going to go for it. So it may end up having to go to the Supreme Court. The question is, when it comes to the sentencing, when it comes to the RNC, when it comes to how far can they push this down the road and see if it has any effect on the voter, which I don't think it does. If anything, it actually helps him more than I think it hurt him, which even I'm a little bit surprised by. I haven't seen a single independent, I haven't seen a single conservative go, this is where I end my support for Donald Trump. Now, they'll say that, the leftist media will say that to galvanize their base, but I can't tell you I've heard of a single one. I mean, you look at social media, it's a blanket support for Trump. He just, according to what they're saying on Fox this morning, he's raised $200 million since the conviction. And I think the key behind this is look, how far can we be pushed? And Trump said something during his Fox and Friends interview this weekend where he said, I don't care what happens. If I get jail time, if I get house arrest, I don't care. He goes, but I think that the American people are going to finally, where's their breaking point? And he said it very calmly. And I know that the media has taken it out of context and made it like it's another rallying cry for insurrection. It's not. And by the way, every article I've seen this weekend from leftist media is talking about how the right-wingers are pledged for violence and retribution. Did I miss it? Did anything happen this weekend? I didn't.
No, I didn't. No, because it didn't. And so I think this is then when the judge obviously dislikes, to put it kindly, Donald Trump. I mean, but if he sentences him to something, I think it's truly a tsunami, because it'll even be a better photo op if he's behind jails or home confinement or something. Nobody in the world would get any time based on all the parameters of a first offense. Fact that people push people in front of subways and get out. I mean, it is unbelievable. But what happens if he gets sentenced the 11th and can't go to the convention in Milwaukee?
I mean, they got to have Zoom, right? I mean, I think that would be the ultimate martyrdom for him to have any kind of jail time. And all I can pray, because I'm a very level-headed, rational human being, and I will tell you on Friday, or was it Thursday? Friday, when the actual conviction happened, I was angry. I'm like, is this where we finally protest? Is this where I'm like, wait a second. No, this is a trap. Because there's no way to think that it's just going to be our team out in the street. It's going to be the Fed boys. It's going to be the Antifa. They're going to infiltrate it, and it's going to be a big, huge headline. The same headlines they printed anyways without there being anything actually happening. Then they're going to have photos to back it up. So the question is, if he is actually sentenced to jail time, what do we do then? And at this point, when you can raise $200 million and your support is that big, I still think the main focus no matter what happens on July 11th, is the ballot box in November.
Yeah,
period.
I agree. I agree that it just. I tell you what, the whole thing. Somebody will do a nice doctorate thesis on this soon. Is that we lost the media somewhere along the line? My watchdog quit watching, and they became part of the team. And I think that's had a huge effect on everything over the last decade or two. Overall, we lost most of the mainstreamers that you kind of trusted a lot of it, and now we don't trust much of it. So I think that was a big deal to do that. Anthony, how can people listen to you, find your podcast?
Yeah, Truth Will Set You Free USA and all the social media platforms. We do have our podcast. It's easier to find it on anything from Rumble to Facebook to Instagram, all the things like that.
Hey, always a pleasure, Anthony. Thanks for your time, my friend. From Dallas, Texas, Anthony Russo. 7:16, your sports headlines, Diane Ducey.
In 10 innings, the St. Louis Cardinals came out on top over the Phillies 5-4. Let's get your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and last night, a happy flight from Philadelphia to Houston. After the Cardinals lost a pair of 2-run leads, they came back to beat the Phillies 5-4-10.
Defense was a problem for the Cardinals, but pitching certainly wasn't. They did not give up an earned run, a 5-4 hard-fought victory. Ryan Helsley had to pitch in the 9th inning with Harper, the runner at second base, got a couple of key strikeouts to close it out.
Well, it was good pitching out of the bullpen. JoJo Romero shut down his old ball club. Andrew Kittredge looked good. And I'll tell you, Matthew Liberatore, he was under the gun and left 2 runners on at second and third.
May have been the key of the game. Matthew Liberatore giving the Cardinals a chance to win. John King picked up the victory. He was good, too.
And Ryan Helsley earned the save, his 19th and 20 save opportunities. How about the pitching matchup tonight here in Houston? Kyle Gibson against Justin Verlander. We're on the air at 6:15. 7 o'clock, Ricky will go over the lineups and the pitching matchups, and then about 7:10 we'll bring you the first pitch from Houston, Texas.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Well, Cincinnati over the Cubs 5-2.
Yeah, I know. We had a lot of Cub friends,
right.
And they were happy for my son-in-law Jacob Hurtubise, who saved the game Friday. That he saved the game Friday. Reds would have lost. He made a play in left field.
Okay,
and he was able to hit the cutoff man Ellie De La Cruz, who threw a 93 mile-an-hour fastball to home plate to cut down Nick Madrigal.
Okay.
But Jacob backhanded one, did not let it get to the corner, somehow ran a long way to get the ball, and got a lot of cred over the weekend. A lot of comments, Twitter, X, whatever it is. Anyway, so that was cool. And then yesterday he got hit by a pitch and scored, and then got a single later. And he also hit a ball that was going to be a home run in 27 of the 30 Major League parks, but at Wrigley it's 353 down the line.
Wow.
So he almost had a home run yesterday.
That would have been cool.
Weather, here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. A little pickup on Gulf moisture. Seasonal warmth around here for the first half of the week. Feeling like it ought to be for early June across the area and the start of meteorological summertime. Drier weather. A 5-day window gets going come Thursday into early next week. Rain chance, though, not bad today at 20%. Partly sunny, warm, humid, up to 85. A little patchy fog around early on this morning. Light south wind. Shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. More so after midnight. Lows down to 66. Light south wind continues on for the day tomorrow. South breezes becoming mostly cloudy. Somewhat better odds for a couple of showers and thunderstorms scattered, though, into the morning and in the afternoon as well, with a high at about 83. Partly sunny, 82. 50-50 crack at rainfall both morning and afternoon Wednesday. Come Thursday, sunshine and high about 81. Friday highs near 80. Dry weather for the weekend into early next week. Fair amount of sunshine. Daytime readings upper 70s and lower 80s. Pleasant overnight lows in the mid and upper 50s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Accumulation, preservation, generation. At Busey Bank, these are the principles we use to build meaningful financial partnerships with our clients and their families. With sound advice and vast resources, partner with Busey for a personalized approach to your legacy. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Meme stock traders are back in action, pushing shares of GameStop up more than 80% in pre-market trading. AMC shares are up more than 30% after Roaring Kitty, the Reddit account associated with trader Keith Gill, revealed a sizable position in stock and options on GameStop. Oil prices are little changed after OPEC decided to extend its production cuts. Toyota is suspending shipments and sales of 3 models produced in Japan. The company says there are no performance issues, but they were tested using methods that differed from the Japanese government's standards. The models involved are the Corolla Fielder, Corolla Axio, and Yaris Cross. Toyota says there's no need to stop using the affected cars. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
It's time to take the quiz.
5 questions, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
History, pop culture, science, sports, civics. How much do you know? Let's find out.
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Jackson or something?
Neil Armstrong.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox and then listen to the quiz podcast to find out how you did.
Play, share, and of course listen to The Quiz right now at thequiz.fox.
Norm Miller here, chairman of Interstate Batteries. You know, without batteries, life would be pretty lifeless. That's why Interstate All Battery Centers carry them in every size, shape, and style so you can drive, drill, call, film, or do whatever it is you want to do. Stop in today. They've got the power to keep you going. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable just over Interstate 74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign, with batteries for most every application in stock.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
The sounds of spring and the smell of flowers in the air, they all add up to Spring Green, America's neighborhood lawn care team. They become your favorite through quality service and professionalism. Spring Green will service and maintain your lawnscape with seeding, aeration, fertilizing, disease, and insect control. Over 40 years of satisfied customers reflect their commitment to Champaign-Urbana and the Mattoon-Charleston area. Call Spring Green at 217-359-2111 or online at spring-green.com.
Bring on spring. Get the light and delicious Greek pizza, topped with premium mozzarella, feta, new sliced Kalamata olives, diced tomatoes, mild peppers, and red onions. It's the best Detroit-style pizza around with a crispy, crunchy, cheesy crust to the edge. Hurry in and enjoy a large Greek Detroit-style pizza for $16.99. Code word Greek. Jets. Better because it has to be.
All right, it's ESPN 93.5. It is Monday. It is June 3rd, 2024. Joe Cardinelli, our friend from former Lieutenant Commander.
Yeah, that's right. New York Police Department.
New York Police Department.
Illinois baseball NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they're out. They did not play their best after that Purdue weekend, right? And pitching kind of, usually good pitching beats good hitting. And we hit the most home runs since 2015 or earlier than that. We had a lot of home runs this year. And still a darn good year. You're the Big Ten regular season champs.
That's right.
And lost yesterday, 12-3 or something?
That's right.
I think we ran out of arms, which happens when you get in the losers division.
Indiana State had 7 runs in the third inning. Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Well, you run out of your top guys because you play so many games in so few days. So I think a darn good season. Coach of the Year, Dan Hartleb, a Big Ten champions. it's a banner type of year. It didn't go as what we wanted in the postseason, but and I'm sure Kentucky beat Indiana State, didn't they? That was yesterday. I'm sure Kentucky at home with more arms. You just ran out of pitching.
Okay.
You don't have enough depth in college baseball to get in the losers bracket. And effectively, unless your offense can keep up, but a team that doesn't play as many innings and has better pitching generally comes out of those things. So that was a bummer. Wanted Illinois to get past this, but beating Kentucky down there would have been tricky. But that was a very good game on Saturday. They played with them. Friday,
Kentucky won 6-1 in that one.
Yeah. Indiana State against us.
Right.
But I'm sure I didn't see the score, though.
I need to find out.
I'm going to guess it was Kentucky getting out of that. Anyway, congratulations, Dan Hartleb and the Illinois baseball team on a terrific season. All right, 7:26. If you want a Stever today, it is from the Long Branch Steakhouse up in Gifford, Illinois. This is where I buy you steak and I pay. And it's up right now at GoStever.com, the Stever program where I, Stevie Jay, give you my money happily, so that you will go to a business that I promote. And today it's Long Branch, and I'm going to give you Wednesday through Saturday and Wednesday through Saturday. So you got a week from Saturday to get up there and eat in Gifford, Illinois. And I would suggest either the prime, the filet or the ribeye. Mm-hmm. And then you got to have some of that mac and cheese, which because of your feedback, he didn't have a great mac and cheese, and now he has a great mac and cheese.
Oh, my goodness. It's like there's a smoky kick to it after you take that first creamy bite.
Whatever he does to it, it's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So if you want $50 to go eat there, I'll get you $50 at GoStever.com. Just enter. You get an email after 8 tonight if you're one of our winners, and then you'll again have a week from Saturday to get up there and eat it. So, anyway, whirlwind with this whole baseball in our life now for 13th of May to June 3. How many days is that? 20? 3 weeks? Something like that?
Sounds right.
20, 27. Yeah, about 3 weeks he's been in the big leagues. My son-in-law married Grace in December. That was their 6th-month anniversary yesterday.
Okay.
And they do a lot of FaceTime, obviously, if Grace isn't with them. But Grace is able to go and probably will be in Cincinnati with them when the Cubs go to Cincinnati for 4 games this weekend.
Oh, wow. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it is. They go
face the similar opponent.
They have been doing that a little more here. Anyway, so there'll be 4 games. Cubs will go in Great America Park. Really, really easy drive here for us here. Mm-hmm. But what a whirlwind to be in big league baseball. It's like the NBA, it's like the NFL, and we know somebody. And so it's been really crazy. And people are coming up to Jacob and contacting him. He doesn't know these folks. And he's the only guy in the military in professional sports. Mm-hmm. And so I would think the military are really rooting for Jacob Hurtubise.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's their rep, man.
That's right. He's kind of the face of West Point right now.
Well, the face of all military that could do this. Mm-hmm. If you're talented enough in the Navy or the Marines, you get a deferment. I think it's still going. They made that in 2019. And you can serve later. And so that's what's happening, but he's getting an awful lot of people, even at the ballpark, through the screens talking to him and sending him messages on social media. But he's appreciative of it all to have that kind of attention. But it's been a whirlwind for us and very exciting. And it's amazing how much I was following the Cardinals and now how much I'm following the Reds.
Yes.
I still, of course, Cardinals are right there. I watched or listened to them. Is it the same, though? Because I'm really focused on the Cincinnati Reds and hope they win every game now. But because it's so different. It's hard to explain. I've never been in this position. It's like, wait a minute, that was my team, but I kind of want the Reds. Because it's just a family. It's just a...
Well, with a relative on the team, you have to follow the Reds.
Well, and you want to. And you really start getting into that team. And I guess if you have family in there, you're going to pull for the family. Mm-hmm. But it has been enormously fun, and there's a whole lot of people that are now kind of tuned in that we got kind of a local guy who lives here in the off season in the big leagues. So it's very, very cool. And he's appreciative, believe me, he's appreciative of every moment. He knows it could end today.
Well, I had an opportunity to go on Sunday afternoon, and I kind of wish
You did go. You didn't tell me that. You went to the game yesterday?
No, I had an opportunity to.
Oh.
And, it was ALS Day and Lou Gehrig's 37th birthday, and he passed away with ALS 2 years after he was diagnosed so quickly, and quite a spotlight for ALS yesterday. And, saying the seventh inning stretch with some people who are getting the care. But in any case, I didn't go, but I was watching from home, and I grabbed some clips whenever he was up to bat. And certainly when he was hit by a pitch, they talked about his service to our country.
How can he be that? Well, who has a knee that gets hit and doesn't really... He
doesn't even wince.
Well, he was in the military, or West Point. He went,
That kind of explains it. I guess so.
Yeah, I told Jacob that. He laughed about that. All right, be right back. Again, GoStever.com for Long Branch. You can go there right now. It is up and available 7:30. We'll be back after the news. Stand by.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Hunter Biden inside the courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware, for the first of two federal trials that start today for the president's son.
Prosecutors say that back when Hunter was trying to buy a gun in 2018, that he lied on a federal forum saying that he was not a drug user. Hunter's attorneys say they will challenge that assertion.
Fox's Rich Edson in Wilmington. Executive action on the border expected from President Biden.
The details of the big announcement are under wraps for now, but the AP reports the White House plans to shut off asylum requests and automatically deny entry to migrants each day on a daily basis once the number of people encountered by border officials reaches a set cap number.
Fox's Jillian Turner at the White House, the largest voter turnout in the history of Mexico, supporting Claudia Sheinbaum. She's the first female president of that nation. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, two men hurt in a shooting Saturday morning in Champaign at the 100 block of South Mattis Avenue. Police found a 30-year-old male victim from Champaign who had multiple potentially life-threatening gunshot wounds. A 24-year-old man from Champaign arrived at a hospital later with a gunshot wounds to his torso. He was treated for injuries. Regional Superintendent has chosen two people to fill the vacancies on the Champaign School Board. The two candidates, Mark Holm and Sam Banks. Sam Banks formerly was the CEO of the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club. Mark Holm ran for the school board in 2023. A project over 10 years in the making will soon begin in downtown Champaign. Champaign Downtown Plaza project's been in the works since 2006. Project split up into two phases. Phase 1 begins this summer. The city has just secured $12 million in funding for Phase 2. Phase 1 of the Downtown Plaza project begins in mid-July. And that's what's happening. Have a great Monday. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. Our weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
They remind you they've got a lot of great summer programs kicking into gear, including the Fresh Crew Volunteer Stewardship Day tomorrow between 9 and 11 for grades 6 through 12. Find out more at urbanaparks.org.
Well, again, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Evans Saturday and a little more early summer feel. Welcome to early June here across East Central Illinois, the Twin Cities. The start of meteorological summertime, feeling about the same, but nothing out of control, nor with the rainfall, although it'll be with us here for the first half of the weekend. Scattered coverage basis each day and back into a drier weather pattern. 4 or 5 days worth expected to materialize beginning later this week. A little patchy ground fog around in some spots, partly sunny, warm, humid, just an isolated shower thunderstorm develops later this afternoon. Highs up to 85 on a light south wind. Shower thunderstorm in 1 or 2 spots this evening, more so after midnight, low down to 66. Tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy, warm, humid. Somewhat better odds for scattered showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Highs up to 83. Wednesday, a little change. Sun and clouds, southwest to west breeze, a high about 82. In about half the area, we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Dry Thursday, Friday into the weekend with highs right around 80 degrees. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Greg Soldier.
All right, good news, I think, for the regional superintendent. His name's Gary Lewis.
That sounds right.
Anyway, because the Champaign School Board, how can I say this kindly, not operating and functioning normally.
Okay.
They're at odds, and so they didn't have enough people because 2 said, I'm done. And so instead of 7, they had 5, I think. Anyway, so it was Betsy Holder and Amy Armstrong, board members that didn't see eye to eye with the other 3 that essentially Betsy Holder apparently asked for, like, what is this bill for legal? and had to go to Freedom of Information to get it, and she's a board member? It sounded very odd to me.
Right.
So Mark Holm and Sam Banks have been selected to fill the 2 openings, and I can't think of 2 better people to jump in. Now, they're there till next April. So the question is, will they be able to function and do things for the children and the teachers and administration superintendent for the Champaign School Board? Which, I mean, again, you could say dumpster fire. It's just not operating.
Gary Lewis is quoted as saying, "I really hope we're whole again and somehow we can mend." Obviously, 7 people are going to have different opinions, but we hope they can come together and just move forward.
I'm looking at this thing. I'm going, okay, so I think Betsy Holder probably on the page with Mark Holm and Sam Banks. I don't know about Amy Armstrong. She's going to probably be the vote. It's going to be 3-3 and then Amy. That'd be my guess. But the fact of the matter is you got 2 really experienced business guys, and I can't say enough about, I've talked to Sam Banks a lot, Mark Holm a lot as well over the years.
Well, and with Sam's experience with the Don Moyer Boys and Girls Club, to me, that adds credibility too, working with our youth.
Well, Cunningham Children's Home before that.
Yeah, that's right.
So Sam's just
official in basketball, so he's always looking for that fair.
Big Ten official, that's right, for probably 20 years or something.
Yeah.
And isn't his wife Maureen on the Parkland?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't say enough nice things about the selection. I give a lot of cred to Gary Lewis, regional superintendent based in Rantoul. And, I think he's picked 2 great people. Mm-hmm. So we will see what happens, what the outcome is, if they are able to function a little better and get some things done. And I see 0 reason for never telling another board member what a bill is for. If you receive a bill at your house you don't want, would you pay it? Oh, I just got a bill for $99. What's it for? I don't know. I just pay it. Well, you wouldn't do that.
Right.
So as a board member, you're going to need to know, what is this for? What is this $2,700 for? Is that unreasonable?
No.
I don't get it. I don't understand how it would even...
I think it's because of the volunteerism, and this isn't my real job, and I'm really not... I don't... Do they get a stipend on the school board to be part of that crew?
Well, whatever it is, if they do, it isn't enough. Oh, my gosh. I mean, really?
I just feel like you kind of halfway pay attention sometimes, and there's just so many big issues that are going in your brain.
There's a bill, and I need to know what it's for, and you won't tell me. I don't get it. I mean,
okay.
You're the person that has to decide as a board member whether you should allocate funds for that bill. That they lost me at hello or something. I don't get it.
I don't think how that goes.
Yeah, so I don't get it. Anyway, 217-359-2255. You can always text on the Fisher National Bank text line. All of our guests appear on the Tapman's Towing phone line. I saw Jim Tapman at church. He in England.
Oh, yeah?
Jim's a good man.
Yes,
Tapman's Towing, 328-2424. Tapman's Towing. He's got it going. He's got a semi for sale.
Uh-huh.
Thought about buying that and taking it over and driving for Gale Furrick's Trucking. And I said, listen, if they could train me. I could probably get a CDL, but I'm not driving in town. Okay? I'll take it to the off-ramp, and then you got to come get it.
Uh-huh.
I can do that.
Uh-huh.
I think I could do that. I could drive the interstate miles. I want to get that job with that guy in Texas in oil and gas that was paying $14,000 a week.
Yeah.
Go on the road for a week or two.
But that was coming out of COVID.
Yeah, but I think...
It's been a few years since we talked to that guy.
Yeah, maybe. But he's got LeBron James at every truck. He's got the greatest truck drivers. He had 4,000 applications for that job. All right, Joe Cardinale's the former lieutenant commander for the New York City Police. We will talk to him coming up next. ESPN 93.5.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Tapman's Towing team of experienced tow professionals is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
When your pipes are in a pinch and your drains are feeling the strain, who do you call? The plumbing pros, of course. At Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, they're your reliable partners in all things plumbing. From leaky faucets to clogged drains, they can get any problem you have cleaned up and taken care of. Their licensed plumbers are on call 24/7, ready to swoop in and save the day whenever a plumbing emergency strikes. Don't let a plumbing problem ruin your day. Call at 217-841-4728 or visit them online at dogtownheatingandair.com. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Orange and Blue Golf Courses in Savoy is your place for golf in the Champaign-Urbana area. Tee times, rates, outings, and employment opportunities are all found at uofigolf.com. The University of Illinois Golf Course was built back in 1950, and Orange and Blue hosts so many great golf tournaments. You'll love the friendly staff at the Orange and Blue courses near Willard Airport. Go Illini!
Yes, we're getting ready for the pick the starting five. In fact, we're doing it now. This is that kind of crazy idea to illuminate the fact that college basketball is unpredictable. And so particularly now. So if you would like to pick Brad Underwood's starting five, you could win $3,000. $3,000 on the line. Well, I don't know who's on the team. Well, that's why you got to do a little homework. We're getting entries, so people think we're kind of done with getting players. That may or may not be true. But if you name the starting five for Brad Underwood's Fighting Illini basketball team for the first regular season game for this fall, 3,000 buckaroonies could be yours. Dogtown Heating and Air, they are the title sponsor. Mm-hmm. Thomas and Ellers Insurance and UVI Golf Course in Savoy is how you can do that. Name the starting five because it's a whole new team, folks.
That's right.
We got two guys from last year's Elite Eight ball club, but other than that, good luck to you.
Mm-hmm.
He is former Lieutenant Commander, New York City Police Department, our friend Joe Cardinale. Joe, how are you?
Good, my friend. How you doing today?
Well, I'm doing great. What's news in Long Island? Anything?
No, the campaign is going great. We're out there every day hitting the spots, getting out there, getting the message across, and I think it's going very well.
And tell people what you're running for.
I'm running for New York State Assembly District 11 on Long Island. It covers a majority of a good portion of Suffolk and a small portion of Nassau, so I'm actually in both counties out on Long Island.
And are you a Republican?
Republican conservative line. That's what I'm running on.
And what is your district? Is that traditionally blue or red?
It's been blue. It's been blue, but we're going to flip it this year, and I'll tell you why, because people have had it. All right? My whole campaign slogan is vote common sense.
Mm.
That's the thing we need. Vote common sense for a safer, more affordable Long Island. It has to change. You cannot go with the policies that have been brought from Kathy Hochul, and she doubles down on everything, and everybody follows her on the party. There is no bipartisanship when it comes to certain issues like bail reform. They will double down on this.
Yeah.
So, Joe, we've been seeing the city of New York, obviously in the spotlight with the trial. What are you seeing on your front?
I'm seeing that people have had it, and they really, it spoke volumes when the Win Red went off the charts for President Trump, and they raised, what was it, up to $50 million, I believe it was.
I think first day, crazy. But the 200 million's out there now over the weekend. So
yeah, and you want to know why? Because people have had it. This DA, this district attorney, Bragg, or he calls himself a district attorney. All right, he should be an agenda attorney. That's it. He actually has pissed off so many people, for lack of a better term, in New York, because he put more into this trial than he has done for all the victims of homicides, the families of the victims of homicides, and violent assaults on victims, that he has let these criminals go through the revolving door. He has put everybody back on the street, made New York totally unsafe in that aspect, and he puts this much effort into a trial just to get political attention across the nation when there's a presidential election.
Hey, Joe,
people are not stupid.
Based on your district, what do you think even those Democrats thought of the Trump trial?
I'm listening to everybody over here. Every walk of life that I represent over here in Long Island. I speak to people about this, and they're pissed off. I mean, they are pissed off, and they're like, how do they do this? How do they go after a man? They all see it as a political agenda. Mm-hmm. They do not see. I mean, naturally, you get the Pew on TV that they're all like cackling hens on there, thinking this is the greatest thing since cupcakes for them. All right, but it doesn't resonate with the voters. All right, and they've had it, and they know it's time for a change. And instead of sticking to the important issues, let's stick to the issues that affect all of us. Illegal migration to the tune of $2.4 billion allocated for them, and we just had 2 officers shot by an illegal migrant in Queens yesterday.
Unbelievable.
All right, they're both going to be all right, but this is a 19-year-old illegal running around on a moped, going crazy, and then when they chase him, he takes out a gun and shoots one in the ankle and the other one in the vest. So this is how far out of control it's gone across the board.
Well, Biden White House, by the way, is apparently going to do executive action to stop the people coming across the border. It's not for the debate in the upcoming election, is it?
No, of course it's for that. And let me tell you something. They'll tell you that, listen, this White House will promise you the world and they'll hand you a map. All right, that's the bottom line. All right, they are doing everything to garnish votes that they lost, and they're not getting them. All right, they're not getting them back because the people have had it. All right, the people are going to speak in November, and it's going to be in volumes. All right, this cannot continue. This country is not safe the way it is. This city is not safe the way it is. We're driving businesses out of here. We're losing cops 200 a month. All right, we're down to maybe 30,000. The numbers are going to be from 38,000. I mean, what is it going to take to turn things around? It's going to take a complete change in November.
Well, is it safe to say that without dispute that America has reached finally a tipping point?
Absolutely. We're at a tipping point. They don't give us the true numbers of what has come across the border. All right, now they're not only coming from Texas, they're using the Canadian border to come into New York. And if you look at the participants that are coming over, and I call them participants because they're sent here for a reason, right? Single males, young males, right? These aren't families seeking. You have some families coming in. These aren't asylum seekers. These are people that are being put here for a purpose, all right? And the purpose is not good. And people need to wake up. This is not fear-mongering. This is bona fide. And when you start getting to the tune of over 10 million people that are here illegally, what does that tell you? It means that this White House wants them here. This White House wants these illegals to do their dirty work for them. And not only for here, but across this globe, all right, because you're getting every walk of life. Venezuela is the safest place for them right now. Yeah. They've never been safer.
They emptied their prisons and they sent them here. Yeah, they emptied their jails. Right. Retired New York Police Department Lieutenant Commander, owner-operator of Blue Line Pilot Cars. It's a Republican-conservative candidacy now for the New York State Assembly District 11, Joe Cardinale, just a few more moments. So why do you think it is, if the Democrats are doing this intentionally, what is the why? Why are we opening the borders like that?
Because they see them as potential votes. All right, they're going to undermine, everything that goes on in this country. I mean, let's go back to the Cuban, the Mariel boat lift back in the 80s. All right, when they came over from Cuba, and everybody, the majority that were down in Miami, have gone through the process, have become bona fide citizens, politicians, hardworking individuals, and they're watching everybody, just like anybody up in New York that went through the process. And they watched them being handed things that they never received. They had to fight for what they wanted. They had to go through the process. And you're eliminating the process and just handing everything over to people that do not warrant it. All right? This is not the process for coming into America. And you ask, why would they do this? Well, think about it. You're talking about 10 million people out here. Why would you open the floodgates? They'll blame everything on Trump, saying it was baloney. We had the border secure, and we actually vetted the people that were coming here. We do not vet them any longer. They're just here. You don't know what criminals are here right now. And if people don't take their heads out of where and start voting for common sense and voting for what's going to make a difference in this country, it's going to continue to happen over the next 4 years. We cannot afford that.
Finally, sentencing for Donald Trump's July 11, 4 days before the Republican National Convention. Will he have a sentence that will confine him or send him to jail? What do you think they'll do?
Well, if you think about the cackling hens on the pew, all right, they want that. Oh, I want 6 months. I want this, yeah. I want a lot of things too, and we just don't get them. All right, you don't get things because you are on a TV show and you think you could dictate this. Just like Robert De Niro coming down, make a spectacle out of himself and a you know what out of himself. I do not, that's probably the best thing they can do for Trump is give him jail time. They'll make him another Braveheart. All right,
Yeah,
I think his contributions.
Yeah.
I think his contributions will go off the charts at that point, and you're just going to push that fuse further and further until the exploding point. All right, enough is enough. They see this for the farce it is. All right, everything. I mean, you have to be deaf, dumb, and blind not to see what's going on with this trial.
It's Joe Cardinale, my friend. Good luck with this campaign. How can people connect with you and your campaign in District 11?
Well, they can go on Joe Cardinale for Assembly, and on X it's Joe for AD11. But on the other two sites, it's Joe Cardinale for Assembly. You can go on there. You can check out everything that I've been doing, what I stand for, what my motto is, and all I ask people across America, not only for my district but across America, is vote common sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that's going to get us back to normal.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate it very much. Thanks for your passion. Thanks for throwing the hat in the ring, too. You don't have to do this, but you are.
I know that. It does have to be done because we need a change in Albany. It starts in Albany, and it works across America.
Future governor of the state of New York, Joe Cardinale, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Come on,
love
man.
it.
Appreciate it. Hey, thanks.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it.
Always appreciate having you on. Thank you, Joe Cardinale from Home of Hofstra in Long Island. ESPN 93.5, 751. We're going to celebrate law enforcement here coming up after the news, top of the hour. Deputy Derek Rasmussen is in the house. We're going to talk about him at the Champaign County Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
Because where would we be without our police?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. And somebody had sent me a note. I've never claimed the police to be 100% saints. It's impossible to get 100% in your office. There's going to be somebody who say,
Why are you looking over here for Stevie J Broadcasting? Huh?
I'm looking at you. Listen, without the 911, we're chaos and anarchy, and we appreciate the police. Nothing is perfect. Jesus Christ was perfect. Other than that, we got problems. We got issues. But day to day, everybody I've ever asked this question, they say, I do this, I want to help people on not their best day.
Mm-hmm.
And you get your rogue human being out there in every category. But all in all, it's... folks, it doesn't work. Our society won't work without law and order. There's consequences to bad behavior,
yes.
and period. And so we have boldly 9 years now we've been doing this.
I remember when we had our police appreciation dinner with Coach Mike Ditka.
Sheriff David Clark.
Yes.
Brother Johnny.
At iHotel and Conference Center.
And we had 420 FBI, police, sheriff. We had a great night, and it was just to say thank you.
Yes.
And we kept the value of what we fed them at $23.95 because police can accept something under $25.
I see.
That's it.
Okay.
But in any event, we proudly, boldly, but for people to think that some sort of controversy to support police like crazy, we're just going to disagree. 7:53, we check your weather, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, and outdoor living. Visit kramersiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, Van Anvis. Saturday, a little pickup on Gulf moisture. Seasonal warmth around here for the first half of the week. Feeling like it ought to be for early June across the area and the start of meteorological summertime. Drier weather. A 5-day window gets going come Thursday into early next week. Rain chance, though, not bad today at 20%. Partly sunny, warm, humid, up to 85. A little patchy fog around early on this morning. Light south wind. Shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. More so after midnight. Lows down to 66. Light south wind continues on for the day tomorrow. South breezes becoming mostly cloudy. Somewhat better odds for a couple of showers and thunderstorms scattered, though, into the morning and in the afternoon as well, with a high at about 83. Partly sunny, 82. 50-50 crack at rainfall both morning and afternoon Wednesday. Come Thursday, sunshine and high about 81. Friday highs near 80. Dry weather for the weekend into early next week. Fair amount of sunshine. Daytime readings upper 70s and lower 80s. Pleasant overnight lows in the mid and upper 50s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, Champagne.com. As a matter of fact, his agent just talked to Topps Baseball Cards.
Yes.
And they turned down the deal. And I think they're going to make another deal.
Okay.
So it's all negotiation.
The question was, does Jacob have a baseball card that was texted into 359-2255?
Jacob Hurtubise is my son-in-law, married Grace 6 months ago yesterday, right here in Philo.
And actually, he's on the Cincinnati Reds roster since May 13th.
The whole story of him standing in line at Meyer with his mom after rehabbing in Phoenix and going to some rehab games in Class A, and then headed to AAA Louisville and getting a call to Meyer in Indianapolis.
Saying hop on a plane later today.
Need you today.
In Arizona.
Yeah. And then Grace, his wife, and my wife, Janet, got in the car literally with a few things.
Yes.
Went to the closets, 30 seconds later, got in the car, threw the keys at valet at the airport, and got on the same plane.
Yes.
And so they were part of the ride the whole way. But it's been unbelievable. Yeah, he will have a baseball card.
Okay, good.
But again, this is the major leagues now. So we don't know how long, but I'm looking ahead. And in a month, they're in New York City, Yankee Stadium.
Need to go see that. That's another classic ballpark. And I wanted to see the Wrigley game, especially when I was offered some free tickets to yesterday's game. And he played so much.
Yeah, he started the game.
And I feel like he was in the whole time.
He was in the whole time. Yeah.
Darn it.
Yeah,
I wish I would have been there.
I know. I just want the Reds to win, because then I want Jacob to be part of something winning. When he joined them, they were really, really in a tailspin. So they're doing much better now. And they got TJ Friedel back as their leadoff guy. But anyway, it's really fun. But thanks for asking. All of our texts on the Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255.
And you can hear the show anytime by tapping into the podcast on the top toolbar at steviejay.com. We'll have our Cardinals at Houston with a 7:10 start today.
The Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander will pitch against the Cardinals tonight. So
Kyle Gibson for the Cardinals.
All right, again, name the starting five for a chance at $3,000. Starting five for $3,000. Final Illini basketball team, it is going to be probably this every year, probably swinging gate, new people. So to illustrate the fact that we have no clue, Brad Underwood could enter this and not know. I guess he could.
He might have some more insight than us.
He has the power to win this.
And he has a better spelling of who's going to be on the roster.
I bet you he can't spell them either. I bet he can't spell them.
Lots of European influence.
Well, listen, we've got. I think you can argue this is a more talented team. With all the players, if you analyze who they are and the ratings that they all have, we might be now. Can Brad put the puzzle together? And I'll say yes.
Thanks to Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, and Thomas & Eller's Insurance, as well as U of I Orange and Blue Golf Course in Savoy.
And you can go to steviejay.com and you can enter now. June 30 is the last day. 1 entry per household. Good luck to you.
Yes.
Okay. Finally, 3 weeks until the Cardinal bus trip.
Okay.
And you're going to St. Louis for the Giants game on a Saturday. Cardinals are playing much better. They're in second place now in the Central. We still have a few seats if you want to jump on. It's an all-suite bus. All the food and beverages included. We're in Suite 215. Diana will hand out tickets on the bus, and we'll all walk in together. We'll all walk out together on our bus in the paid parking for the bus on Poplar Street, which is 100 feet from
Sounds great.
It's really good. If you want information on that, just text in BUS bus, and you can still jump on board. Why not?
359-2255.
Saturday, and you got time off. It's a Saturday, June 22nd.
Cards versus Giants.
And you will leave at 9 in the morning, probably back by 7:30.
Should be great.
Doesn't get a lot better than that setup. So you can still do that as well. All right, the news next, celebrating law enforcement, as our law enforcement official of the month is in our studio. Stand by to meet Derek Rasmussen from Champaign County Sheriff's Deputy Rasmussen next, ESPN 93.5. You're listening to WSJK, ESPN 93.5, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Hunter Biden in court. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Jury selection's happening this morning at a courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware for the president's son's federal gun trial.
250 people will be narrowed down to 12 jurors who will determine whether Hunter Biden is guilty of 3 federal gun charges. Federal prosecutors say Hunter lied about his drug use on a form to buy a gun in October 2018, a gun that he kept for 11 days. Hunter has opened up publicly multiple times about his addiction to crack, sharing details in his book, Beautiful Things. He had been hoping a plea deal would help him avoid prosecution in this case, but that deal fell apart dramatically last June, leading to this historic day in court a year later.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Hunter Biden's the first child of a sitting president on trial for a crime. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says there is more to a proposed ceasefire deal than President Biden outlined publicly Friday, but that it will be possible to pause the fighting with Hamas in exchange for the release of hostages, with other details to be worked out later. Texas House Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee says she's being treated for pancreatic cancer.
The Congresswoman previously battled breast cancer, having been diagnosed in 2011 before announcing the following year she was cancer-free. Jackson Lee has been representing Texas's 18th congressional district for 30 years and ran an unsuccessful campaign for Houston mayor last year. The progressive 74-year-old lawmaker says, quote, "The road ahead will not be easy, but I stand in faith that God will strengthen me." Ted Lindner, Fox News.
2 police officers are shot in New York City, one in the leg, one hit in the front of his bulletproof vest.
Today we thank God.
Mayor Eric Adams, the officers were trying to stop a suspect going the wrong way on a motorized scooter. He was hit in the ankle by a return fire. Police say he's a 19-year-old migrant from Venezuela who crossed from Mexico into Texas last July. Claudia Sheinbaum is elected president of Mexico. She'll be the country's first woman president. America's listening to Fox News.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Gold demand is hitting record highs, but supply may not keep up. I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your retirement savings from a chaotic world. To learn how to diversify your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals, text the word SHELTER to 989898 for a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group. That's SHELTER to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
President Biden's going to be raising some campaign cash this evening. Fox's Jackie Ibanez.
President Biden will be in Greenwich, Connecticut this evening for an exclusive fundraiser with local politicians and business leaders. Access to the sold-out event reportedly costs $3,300 per person. It comes as the campaign works to capitalize off former President Trump's conviction. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign is reportedly crushing fundraising records.
Former President's son Eric tells Fox the campaign's raised more than $200 million since the conviction on Thursday. And House Republicans plan to go after prosecutors pursuing the former president.
Chair of the House Judiciary Committee, Representative Jim Jordan, said he wants to hear from Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg and prosecutor Matthew Colangelo at a hearing June 13th. Republicans say Democrats used the state case as political retribution against former President Trump. On Fox News Sunday, House Speaker Mike Johnson said there is another prosecutor they'll target.
We're going to look at Special Counsel Jack Smith, who we believe is abusing his authority as well.
DA Bragg is not expected to appear before the committee, with other phases of the hush money case ahead, including sentencing on July 11th and a likely appeal to follow. In New York City, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Tomorrow's the deadline to make a cash claim from Apple's $35 million iPhone 7 settlement.
Apple is settling with people who owned the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus between September of 2016 and January of 2023 over complaints of audio issues with audio playback and a class action lawsuit amid claims the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus models had defective audio chips and that Apple failed to inform customers about the issues.
That's Fox's Jeff Manasso. The payout's up to $349. The Edmonton Oilers advanced to the Hockey Stanley Cup final against the Florida Panthers. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. The regional superintendent has chosen 2 people to fill the vacancies on the Champaign School Board. The search for Champaign School Board replacements, the 2 candidates chosen are Mark Holm and Sam Banks. Holm ran for school board in 2023. Federal judge delaying rulings on key evidentiary issues in the upcoming trial of former AT&T Illinois President Paul LaChiesa, the former executive indicted in October of 2022, with conspiracy, federal program bribery, and using a facility in interstate commerce to promote unlawful activity over allegations he bribed then House Speaker Michael Madigan. Urbana police investigating after a 14 and 16-year-old hurt at a shooting Saturday near the intersection of Hunter Street and Learman Avenue. Police say that a fight took place just before the shooting. Shortly after the parties broke up, an unknown individual pulled up in a car, got out, began firing towards the crowd of spectators. The suspect then drove away. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. ESPN 93.5. We check our weather forecast. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. Good work, fella. By the way, I'm enjoying so much the daylight.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say, and I apologize, by the way, for the multiple sendings of Jacobs, your son-in-law's fantastic throw cutoff out there in left field at Wrigley to De La Cruz.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Cub fan, and then certainly nailing Mr. Madrigal, is now to AAA, by the way, these days. He was demoted, I guess, a couple of days yesterday or something like that. In any event, it just had him out lickety-split. Wow.
Yeah.
He knew how to play that corner out there.
I'm telling you what, I told Diane that I think most of those would have banged around in that corner, run would have scored. And I think the Cubs would have won because they had Bellinger coming up with a man on third with 1 out. If that would have happened, I'm sure the Cubs would have won that game. So it was a spectacular play all the way around from Jacob to Ellie, his arm to home plate. It was something to watch. But, yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate you sending.
You bet.
Send them all, man. Send them all.
Yeah. Heard his name on the radio with Pat Hughes earlier. Yesterday. Was on the garage. It was like, hey, no, they got.
Yeah, that's right. So cool. Our weather this morning brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. You want a cost-efficient solution for your busy office? Call Greg Wolf, 217-352-0428. Actually, don't call Greg. He just retired. But call Watts and say, I want a free office cost-efficient estimate. And they'll take care of you. They're local, too. 217-352-0428. Okay, sir, what are you seeing in our forecast?
Well, a little haze on the horizon, sunshine pretty much otherwise the rule, and temperature already of 70 degrees over at the Savoy Willard Airport locale, 66 Rantoul, 67 over at Danville. Still a little patchy fog there towards the Indiana line, 65 by the time you hit Bloomington Normal. Closer shower activity, lingering into parts of northeast Iowa. It's a big rains, Twin Cities into the western Great Lakes region, northwoods of Wisconsin over the past 24 hours, and storming away. What else is new? Hays, Manhattan, Kansas, down to Oklahoma City and points southeast from there. So scattered, random stuff. Humidity's on the climb. Well, if we can get through this here for the next 2, 3, 4 days, much better weather actually come Thursday into the weekend, early next week. If you're trying to get it wrapped up, caught up, if not replanted out there, out on the back 40. Heading towards an afternoon high today of about 85 with a partly sunny sky and isolated shower late this afternoon, this evening. Overnight lows down to 66. Better odds for a stray shower thunderstorm well after midnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy skies develop, warm, humid weather, and a couple of scattered showers, thunderstorms both tomorrow afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. Dry hours, of course, 83 tomorrow, 60s tomorrow night, up to 82 on Wednesday. We'll finally get a cold front to come on through the area. Not much significant cooling, but drier air and a drier northwest wind flow. Finally, 81 on Thursday, near 80 Friday and Saturday, upper 70s to near 80s Sunday, Monday, and dry weather right on into early next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Every month at Stevie Jay Broadcasting, we celebrate police, brought to you by MX Electric. Today from the Champaign County Sheriff's, it's Deputy Derek Rasmussen. Derek, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Good morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Villa Grove native. Or at least Villa Grove lived a long time, right?
Yeah.
You born in Urbana?
Yeah, born in Urbana. I've been in Villa Grove since 97.
All right. You've done a few things in your life. Why this?
It's just the calling that I kept going to. I knew I wanted it young, but I strayed away from it and tried a few other things, and I guess none of them made me happy, so I went back to what I wanted and love what I do now.
When did you join?
I started with Villa Grove Police Department back in 2020. Spent 2.5 years down there, and then lateraled to Champaign County May of last year.
Has it been what you expected?
For the most part, yeah. There's some surprises here and there, but...
What are the things that you wake up every day thinking about?
Wondering what today is going to bring. And obviously today with the political climate, things are chaos at times, but you just kind of go in and deal with it as it comes.
Depend on your training?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go to ILEAS?
I went, I go to ILEAS a little bit. I spent a lot of time at the MTU down in Charleston when I was at Villa Grove. Of course, started out at the PTI in Urbana.
So. What do you think makes a good deputy?
I think life experience helps a lot. You can do all the training you want, all the book work you want, but life experience and just having a good handle on things and some empathy at times.
Yeah.
Especially, Derek, on the mental health issues we're seeing these days.
Yeah, so mental health was, I was an EMT before a cop, and the mental health calls are some of my favorite. I always said that the traumas were easy. Do your best to stop the bleed until you get into a surgeon. There's not much you're going to do in the field for it, but mental health you actually get to deal with from the beginning and try to make a difference before they get to a doctor.
Really de-escalate, really talk calmly, which you have a great voice, by the way, and I can see how that would be an asset to a call where there's a crisis with mental health.
Just try and resonate with them, and figure out what the real issue is, and let them know that there's always tomorrow.
How do you stay calm?
I wish I had an exact answer for that. I don't know. I've tried to always be a pretty calm person. For years, I was always told that you're very level-headed, you're very calm. I don't know. I guess that's just my nature. Some people are different.
Well, when you get, going on a call or something, you got to be ready. I mean, do you get the adrenaline pumped up, or how does that work?
Oh, absolutely. There's adrenaline at times. But, I've always said I try not to act on the adrenaline or try not to act on, the irrational stuff, and just go back to the training and let your gut do what it's going to do.
Because your decisions are split second some points, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Deputy area is pretty vast.
It is. Champaign County especially, we've got a huge area. We're 29 miles by 36 miles. So
wow. So you get a call, you could be 12 miles away.
Absolutely.
I mean, and so what is the what is something that's happened recently where you go, man, I'll probably remember that? I mean, are you able to shut it down when you go home and see your 9-month-old baby and your wife?
Oh yeah. I don't want to take it home. I don't want to make life miserable by any means. But I am very devoted to my job, so I tend to carry it with me. And actually, if you ask my wife, she'll tell you that I'm married to my job and she's my mistress. While it's not true, I get why she says it. I do love what I do. But I guess the most memorable thing lately was a recent pursuit on 74. And the guy ended up ramming into my squad car. And
oh, no.
A semi happened to be in front of us, and he helped shut it down and pin the car. And then we ended up getting a few stolen guns out. And
oh, my goodness.
That one should be pretty memorable.
That one's in the movies, man.
Yeah.
Good old truckers, right? I mean,
it was awesome. I've actually kept in touch with the guy a little bit, too.
Where was he from?
He works out of New York, and he lives out of Indiana.
Wow.
So
I once was on 74 going to Danville when Dan Walsh was the sheriff, and I saw a guy on a motorcycle going 100 and had police cars right behind him.
Oh, wow.
And I texted Dan and said, hey, I just saw a chase near Rankin or wherever it was, headed toward Ogden, which is Champaign County. He said, I'm in Seattle. Have a great day.
That's awesome.
Not a part of that one.
I'm not in on that. They got it covered. But if you're in this business, if you're a deputy sheriff for Champaign County, Derek, I mean, you're always got your eyes out, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
even off duty.
Yeah,
right?
on duty, off duty, it just comes nature, you know.
Sitting in the restaurant where you can see everything happening and see all the people coming in. And
I still don't like sitting with my back to the door.
Yeah.
Well, we could put you in a tux. You could be like James Bond. James Bond.
There you go.
Derek Rasmussen. Derek Rasmussen. Yeah. I'm so glad you love what you do, but you're helping the county. Do you feel the love at all? Or are we still at there are people in Champaign County that think you're out to hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, you get a mix, but I think overall, I really do believe that the support is there for law enforcement, for the most part nationwide, and to a point, it's our job to change the others. So I just do my best. And
do you like body cams?
I love the body cams.
Vindicates what you do, which is good work.
I mean, I trust myself to do the right thing for the most part, or if I'm not going to say there's never something maybe said that shouldn't be said, but admit you said it and move on, So.
Yeah, I think it'd be really tough to control anger, particularly when they can be so nasty. People can be so mean-spirited.
Absolutely.
And it just be, when I did the Elias for a minute, and I went up there, and the guy on the screen was cussing at me. I said, "What? That makes me mad."
Yeah, and some of them try. They just want to get you riled up. So
they want some video.
Absolutely.
Well, we really appreciate what you do, and again, you're going to be doing this a while.
It looks like I've got a long ways to go, 25, 30 years at least probably. Wow. So,
and what I'm such an anti-tinted window guy. When you go up to a car with tinted windows, you don't know what you got.
Yeah. I mean, I was young and dumb, and I had them too when I was younger. But they can create a definite safety issue.
Yeah. Nothing you can do. Hope they roll down the window and hope they're.
Yeah, and things have gotten so crazy that we've gotten to the point of there's a lot less enforcement on that small stuff, on the large scale at least. So it's just getting so common now.
Yeah. And how about, do we need employees in the sheriff's department, you think?
We, to be honest, we've got a pretty great department. So we're pretty well staffed.
Awesome.
I think we could probably use a couple here and there with some retirements coming up.
I've heard big numbers in other departments. So.
Yeah, some other departments are really struggling, but we've got a great group of guys. We've got great administration, some great policy. We actually go out and still aggressively enforce the law, which is helpful in getting people to come to us.
Yeah. Derek, what do you suggest if somebody's interested in this career?
We've got a website for recruitment. I couldn't tell you the exact website right now, but
it's just an online search
away. Go
County
online
Sheriff,
or reach out to the office, or reach out to one of the deputies that you see us driving around. Look into a ride along. Absolutely, come check it out.
Did you take a ride along back in the day?
I did a couple. And actually, even during my time at the academy, I was riding along with Villa Grove, even though I was already hired there. I spent some of my weekend time riding along.
You enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Well, listen, we appreciate you. You're a law enforcement official of the month. It is Derek Rasmussen. He is the deputy sheriff, Champaign County Sheriff. Derek, we thank you for what you do. It's an important work, and we would be in trouble without you.
Thank you, guys. I love it.
Appreciate it. ESP on 93.5.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Dixie Chopper and Dedicated Diesel lawn mowing business is up and running. I got any deals going?
Oh, yeah. We're going to carry through the $1,000 off any Z2 residential mower. Go talk to Andy. If you have a comparative price on a mower that would compare to a Dixie Chopper, which I don't think you'll find one in a big box store, but we're going to make it right and get as close as we can with the quality that you're getting.
Can't imagine the ones I see sitting out in big box stores. They're sitting out in the rain, man. What the heck?
Well, yeah, they're sitting out in the rain, but they're not made as well. You're going to have frame problems. You're not going to have where you're going to take it to get a fork fixed if it busted. You can get a hold of Dedicated Diesel on Facebook at Dedicated Equipment. You can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit them at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. Connect with me on email at temo@gftlog.com. We'll get you set up one way or the other.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. A little pickup on Gulf moisture. Seasonal warmth around here for the first half of the week. Feeling like it ought to be for early June across the area and the start of meteorological summertime. Drier weather. A 5-day window gets going come Thursday into early next week. Rain chance, though, not bad today at 20%. Partly sunny, warm, humid, up to 85. A little patchy fog around early on this morning. Light south wind. Shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. More so after midnight. Lows down to 66. Light south wind continues on for the day tomorrow. South breezes becoming mostly cloudy. Somewhat better odds for a couple of showers and thunderstorms scattered, though, into the morning and in the afternoon as well, with a high at about 83. Partly sunny, 82, 50-50 crack at rainfall both morning and afternoon Wednesday. Come Thursday, sunshine and high about 81. Friday highs near 80. Dry weather for the weekend into early next week. Fair amount of sunshine. Daytime readings upper 70s and lower 80s. Pleasant overnight lows in the mid and upper 50s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Tesla is recalling more than 125,000 cars because of a possible seatbelt issue. The warning light and chime might not activate when a seatbelt isn't being used. That means the vehicles don't comply with the federal crash protection safety standards. Tesla says it's not aware of any collisions, injuries, or fatalities related to the problem with the warning systems. There are Model S, 3, X, and Y electric cars included in the recall, which will be fixed with an over-the-air software update. Paramount Global shares are up 6% after Skydance Media sweetened its offer to buy National Amusements and merge it with Paramount. Nvidia and AMD shares are higher. Both companies revealed plans for new artificial intelligence chips. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
Well, every year, millions of seniors fall victim to financial fraud, costing the elderly approximately $2.9 billion annually. In observance of World Elder Abuse Awareness Month, Busey urges seniors and their trusted caregivers to safeguard all personal information and stay alert to the common signs of financial abuse. Plan ahead to protect your assets. Carefully choose a trustworthy person. Lock up your checkbook. Never give personal information. Never pay a fee or taxes to collect sweepstakes. And never rush into a financial decision. If you believe you're a victim of financial abuse, be sure to talk to a trusted family member who has your best interests at heart. Talk to your attorney, doctor, or your personal Busey banker. Best way to protect yourself, be proactive. Busey wants you to be informed. Visit Busey.com. Stop by one of their many convenient locations to meet with a Busey associate today. Busey, for over 155 years now, they're there to help you. Elder Abuse Awareness Month. That's despicable.
Absolutely.
Member FDIC. Can't believe you take advantage of the elderly on something like that. All right, it is 8:23. We have the Stever offer. I'm giving out $50 bills to Long Branch Steakhouse. That is active at gostever.com. Why not?
Wednesday through Saturday, 5 to 9 in downtown Gifford. And on Wednesday and Thursday, there's a few offerings that he doesn't normally have on the weekends, like the shish kebabs I love.
Yeah, you can get, boy, the steak is so good. $50 bills, handing them to you. GoStever.com. You're not a member. Thousands of you have joined this. If you're not a member, you can always register and then enter, and you'll get an email tonight after 8 if you're one of the winners. You'll have 2 weekends to go use this because they are, as Diane mentioned, open Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to 9. So enjoy. It's a fun trip to Gifford, Illinois. And again, GoStever.com. Name the starting five. We have 28 days till that door closes. You could win $3,000. All the rules are there at StevieJ.com. Must be 21 or older. One entry per household. And I'm not making it where you have to spell the names correctly.
Okay.
That would be silly.
We want to be able to figure it out,
well,
though.
We gotta have
Tomislav
some, yeah.
Isevich and Kasparis. Oh, boy.
Check the other sense.
That guy.
Yeah. No, listen, we have a new team, and it'll be interesting to see what we got, but I think we got some really good players. And Brad Underwood is a terrific puzzle worker, so he can put the pieces together. And excited about that. And then the bus trip, again, coming up June 22nd. You can still jump aboard. A couple of seats remain. It's a $295 ticket. It's just what it is. It's what it costs.
$359-$2255.
But all the food, all the beverages, the fancy bus ride on Timmy Tours from the First Christian Church on June 22nd. That's a Saturday, June 22nd. You'll ride down in luxury and comfort with your bus captain, Diane Ducey.
That's right. Cardinals versus Giants.
Yeah, you can go see the San Francisco Giants in town. And, yeah, it'll be a great day. I love the games where we can leave at 9 and back by about 7:30. Who wants to come home at 1 in the morning?
That's right.
We're just not going to do a night bus trip. It's just too
a nice day.
Just too darn late.
Leaving at 9 a.m., back around 7.
Perfect,
probably.
perfect. And everything is taken care of. It's all paid for. We got bus parking right by the stadium. There's only like 8 of those. I got one of them. Otherwise, you got to herd cats as the bus pulls up to some curb somewhere. And Diane's done that before, too. So it is all there for you. And again, text in BUS bus to 217-359-2255 if you want information about it.
Coming up in Monticello, June 7th and 8th is RC Fest from Horizon Hobby at Eli Field in Monticello. Boy, is that a blast. It's $10 to park. Then everything's free as you walk around and enjoy the radio-controlled vehicles and boats. And the air show is amazing. There's a free fireworks show on Saturday night.
All right, 8:25. You're always welcome to join the conversation. We're going to have to get hold of Chapin Rose, our state senator, because they've got the aquifer. He'll explain all of that.
Okay.
We'll do that. And then anybody remember Alex Rue? Alex, a great young man. He had cancer when he was like 9, and he was a family friend, and he had a 1 in 3 chance to survive, and he did. Well, now he's kind of like a Jeremy Warner. He's an Illinois sports beat guy in Chicago.
Okay.
Anyway, he's raising money. We're going to talk about that tomorrow morning a little bit with Alex, but from Champaign, now in Chicago, but covering the Illini. He'll be up tomorrow. And John Decker, I think, is back from the French Open.
Yes.
He'll be back on the radio this week. We missed John because he loves going to that French Open in Paris, France.
I know Rafael Nadal was early exit, but it turns 38 today. And my daughter Gabrielle has dated Treaton Smith for years, and his birthday is today. I know your triplets have a birthday coming
Tomorrow,
up.
yeah. It's a memorable day. Everything I did in my life was shared on radio, including that.
That's part of it.
Yep. Get the whole deal now.
I love it.
8:27.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs, and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Illini fans, join us in Memorial Stadium as we honor 100 years of tradition with $100 football season tickets. Don't miss a moment this season and lock in your tickets for homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against the University of Michigan. Experience more cherished moments at Memorial Stadium this season and get your $100 season tickets at fightingillini.com.
That's not going to be long, man. It's just not going to be long before we're talking about Eastern Illinois in August, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play on a Thursday night.
That's right.
8 o'clock.
And I feel like it's an 8 o'clock tip.
8 o'clock kickoff.
Oh, my goodness. Or kickoff.
Yeah. Tip, kickoff.
Yeah.
I like small town people. I love everybody, but there is something about growing up in a smaller community that you can just kind of tell. I don't know what it is. It's a different deal. You grow up in Chicago, you grow up in Villa Grove, it's just different.
Yeah.
And I think people kind of like that, but we're probably in the minority from the standpoint of, all the people live in the big urban areas.
Uh-huh.
But it's just kind of nice to know your neighbors and know everybody in town, those kind of things.
Absolutely.
And everybody kind of knows everybody, and some people don't like that.
Max Painter, for instance, St. Joe guy, runs MX Electric, and he's the one that brings on our law enforcement official of the month, featuring Deputy Derek Rasmussen.
Yeah, we love celebrating our law enforcement, and we know they appreciate it, and that's great. We appreciate they appreciate it. But we do it even if they didn't.
That's right.
Because I think it's a critical societal tipping point when you don't have, there's got to be laws. You can see how it's gone when we've been lax on laws over the last 4 years. It's been like, what the heck? Why are they not? Well, they've been arrested 12 times and they've been convicted 4 and they're on the street. You go, why?
Right.
Some point you have to understand that we're a country of laws, and without those laws we have chaos and anarchy, and if we don't support those that enforce that, where are we? That's been my philosophy for a number of years. We'll be right back. I am Stevie J. That is Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
It is 8:30, time for your news. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. First Lady Jill Biden in court on her birthday, showing support for son Hunter at his federal gun trial in Delaware.
250 people will be narrowed down to 12 jurors who will determine whether Hunter Biden is guilty of 3 federal gun charges. Federal prosecutors say Hunter lied about his drug use on a form to buy a gun in October 2018, a gun that he kept for 11 days.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. President Biden expected to issue an executive order tomorrow to curtail illegal migrants at the border before heading off to Normandy to mark D-Day. Presidential candidate Donald Trump, after his New York conviction, raising $200 million, $70 million from small donors. And this video with UFC President Dana White at the fight in New Jersey.
The president is now on TikTok. It's my honor.
With applause and Kid Rock playing in the background, gaining 3.4 million TikTok followers. America is listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Federal judge delaying rulings on key evidentiary issues in the upcoming trial of former AT&T Illinois President Paul LaChiesa, a former executive indicted in October of 2022 with conspiracy, federal program bribery, and using a facility in interstate commerce to promote unlawful activity over allegations he bribed then House Speaker Michael Madigan. Urbana police investigating after a 14 and 16-year-old hurt in a shooting Saturday near the intersection of Hunter Street and Learman Avenue. Police say that a fight took place just before the shooting. Shortly after the parties broke up, an unknown individual pulled up in a car, got out, began firing towards the crowd of spectators. The suspect then drove away. The regional superintendent has chosen 2 people to fill the vacancies on the Champaign School Board. The search for Champaign School Board replacements, the 2 candidates chosen are Mark Holm and Sam Banks. Holm ran for school board in 2023. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, Jim, thank you. Let me give you my thoughts on Hunter Biden and that trial. That'll be next. ESPN 93.5 weather brought to you by Busey for over 155 years. Member, FDIC. All right, meteorologist Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. A little pickup on Gulf moisture. Seasonal warmth around here for the first half of the week. Feeling like it ought to be for early June across the area and the start of meteorological summertime. Drier weather. A 5-day window gets going come Thursday into early next week. Rain chance, though, not bad today at 20%. Partly sunny, warm, humid, up to 85. A little patchy fog around early on this morning. Light south wind. Shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. More so after midnight. Lows down to 66. Light south wind sun continues on for the day tomorrow. South breezes becoming mostly cloudy. Somewhat better odds for a couple of showers and thunderstorms scattered, though, into the morning and in the afternoon as well, with a high at about 83. Partly sunny, 82, 50-50 crack at rainfall both morning and afternoon Wednesday. Come Thursday, sunshine and high about 81. Friday highs near 80. Dry weather for the weekend into early next week. Fair amount of sunshine. Daytime readings upper 70s and lower 80s. Pleasant overnight lows in the mid and upper 50s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, it is 8:34. This is June 3rd. Mm-hmm. We got 18 more days of increasing daylight, and then it starts moving toward fall.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? Summer and winter solstice, and the earth tilts.
Yep. Sun
stays where it is.
It's amazing.
If you had 1 degree here or there from the sun, we'd either fry or we'd freeze. So if you don't believe in God, please. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Yep, you're right.
All right, so Hunter Biden trial. How can I say this? What do you think I'm going to say?
It's ridiculous? Or finally? Or...
Those are guesses. I don't care. What he did is... I know. What I'd be more interested in is, did Joe Biden receive any money with China? I mean, that's more relevant than Hunter Biden, a drug-addicted, sad story. I mean, if he did it, he did it. Consequently, but I don't care. I'm much more interested in the sieve that is the southern border. By the way, the White House apparently is going to do executive action to stop them from coming in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
years too late.
It's a 70-yard pass at the goal line. It's the last Hail Mary.
Okay, gotcha.
But now they'll be able to say, well, we did it because you didn't. That's what they'll say. Right. We finally did something because the Republicans didn't do it. That's what they'll say. And then the people that will figure that out will know that it's ridiculous. But the Hunter Biden thing, I don't really care. It's inflation, my gas prices, food prices, crime, illegal immigration, our incredible active world that makes you nervous with Iran and Israel and Gaza and Russia and China and Taiwan. I mean, there's Ukraine. There's a lot of things to kind of be concerned about. And the life of a drug addict doesn't really interest me too much. Did Joe Biden take any money because of Hunter's business operation? Yeah, I'm interested in that because that could compromise the president's decision.
Right.
Those are interesting to me because that could, again, neutralize our president kind of, stuff. Anyway, that'd be more from the standpoint of important. But a guy who's struggled for a lot of years with a lot of issues, I'm just not there.
And essentially falsified his gun form document, who's saying there wasn't an issue with drugs, right?
Well, then they're going to say somebody tampered with it, and then they're going to say, well, were the instructions really clear?
Okay.
What you meant about drug use, because he was kind of in rehab. Okay, I don't.
All right.
I need you to fix the country. And so the president is leaving for Normandy, and he's going to go, I presume, to Omaha Beach, where we visited years ago, and it's very impactful, where June 6th of 1944, the Allies came ashore in France. And he'll probably speak at that podium where when I was there, Barack Obama was about to speak in 2 days, and I went up and stood on the platform where he was going to stand and looking at all the tombstones. It's just moving.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a great appreciation for those boys on that day that, rushed the beach and all died. 90% of them died, the first wave. We had, 300,000 allies in U.S.
Well, D-Day's coming up in a few days, right?
June 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1944. That was kind of the tipping point of World War II.
Speaking of tipping point, that was texted in about Democrats want a tipping point, and they will continue to be outrageous until they get it. A tipping point like a George Floyd-style riots when the Democrats say, see what we told you, Trump and the Republicans do not respect the rule of law and will end democracy, and there's nothing more unpatriotic than unpatriotic anarchists.
Yeah, well, and again, they tend to blame the Republicans for what they do. They kind of say, you're doing that, and it's actually them that's doing that. Mm-hmm. I think you have to just really all energize toward the election, November 5, and and see what happens. And be vigilant at keeping it safe and secure, and vote early, but don't vote often. We want to follow the rules, but we want everybody to get out there and say, if you don't like what's happening in America, then go change it at the ballot box, not at the violence box. We don't want to do that. But what we have to do is just get energized to vote and support whoever you're supporting and get going. But I think that the sentencing July 11 will be fascinating because the judge, Juan Merchan, does not like Donald Trump. It's obvious. Probably hates him. He shouldn't hate anything. But he probably dislikes him greatly. So what will he do? The ultimate martyr will be if he makes him stay at home or go to some prison somewhere with Secret Service. That'll be a new one. But I think the outrage will just quadruple. This is absolutely a political prisoner. So we'll see. I don't know. For the crime that he supposedly committed, which I still don't understand what the crime is, they got him. But it was interesting. Alvin Bragg, the state attorney general, whatever, in Manhattan, it sounded like he was applying for a job. That's what we do every day. I did my job. That's what we did. So the message Joe Biden was, if you win, sir, I'm available for whatever you want. I can go higher. And of course, the special, who was the guy that transferred from Washington, D.C. to help this one Manhattan office with the prosecution?
Oh.
This thing's been baked in the cake for a while. There's so many things going on. Oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. January 6th. Yeah. It's just like, nobody wants to talk about anything like that because it's just, you're just a right-wing wacko. And how dare he challenge our justice system? It works. That's what Joe Biden said.
I'm just so glad it's over.
Well, that's over, but the sentencing's still coming, and you got the Republican National Convention 4 days after the sentencing.
Yes.
And if Donald Trump has to speak to the convention via Zoom, it's over. There'll be a surge in this country like we've never seen. There might already well be on its way now. And it won't be Michelle Obama. Nobody can win at that point. It'll be so outrageous that it's just, people are just, when you get to the tipping point of a good country like ours, where the good people stand up and say, this is stupid. We do not want people to do this and politicize my federal government that I pay for. I do not want the Republicans to do it. I don't want this done. Then it just, you can get anybody you want. Find me the man, I'll find you the crime. That's what Russia, the Soviet Union used to do.
Yeah.
This feels very much like that. You don't want that. I don't want the Republicans to do that. Otherwise, we're compromised. Anyway, we have issues.
Obviously.
We're working through them. I want to play that Cardinal recap again because the Redbirds got a good win. Philadelphia was the best record in baseball. Yankees passed them over the weekend. But Philadelphia, very good baseball team. Cardinals kind of got by. It was didn't look so good. Matthew Liberatore was at our Cardinal Caravan a number of years ago. He came in and saved the day. Phillies were rallying, coming back. Cardinals were up 4-2. Then it was 4-4. Matthew shut the door with runners on base. That really gave them the impetus to go on and win in the 10th. But we'll get that recap.
5-4 was the final.
I can always tell the tone of John Rooney and Ricky Horton on the broadcast when the Cardinals are winning. You can but they should be. They're fans. Fans and broadcasters. That's coming up. 842-217-359-2255. You can always text us.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Okay, so breaking football NFL news for a name everybody knows, certainly in the fantasy world. And if you're a Vikings fan,
Yes, star wide receiver Justin Jefferson has made an agreement on a 4-year, $140 million contract extension that includes $110 million guaranteed. Sources say this deal makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history and includes $88.743 million due at signing. Also makes Justin Jefferson the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. He's 24. He turned down a deal that would have paid him more than $28 million per season the day before the 2023 season started. So
that's a lot of money for a wide receiver.
Yes.
Quarterbacks are getting $50 and $60 million a year now. So this comes out to, what is it? Almost $40 million a year for a wide receiver.
Then.
$150 million 4 years is $50-some million a year. Is what it. And now he gets 88 to start. And then how's that elbow? It's sore. Can you play? Oh, man.
Jefferson has made 302 receptions for 5,899 yards and 30 touchdowns.
He's really, really good. But holy cow, man.
22nd overall in the draft pick in 2020.
He's only 24. J.J. McCarthy is the guy from Michigan who will be quarterback at Minneapolis at Minnesota. So anyway, good news for Viking fans. I know Mike Wallner, U of I Golf Course, the big Viking man.
Okay.
All right, sports headlines with those Cardinals. They win.
5-4 over Philadelphia. Here's your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and last night, a happy flight from Philadelphia to Houston. After the Cardinals lost a pair of 2-run leads, they came back to beat the Phillies 5-4-10.
Defense was a problem for the Cardinals, but pitching certainly wasn't. They did not give up an earned run, a 5-4 hard-fought victory. Ryan Helsley had to pitch in the 9th inning with Harper, the runner at second base, got a couple of key strikeouts to close it out.
Well, it was good pitching out of the bullpen. JoJo Romero shut down his old ball club. Andrew Kittredge looked good. And I'll tell you, Matthew Liberatore, he was under the gun and left 2 runners on at second and third.
May have been the key of the game. Matthew Liberatore giving the Cardinals a chance to win. John King picked up the victory. He was good, too.
And Ryan Helsley earned the save, his 19th and 20 save opportunities. How about the pitching matchup tonight here in Houston? Kyle Gibson against Justin Verlander. We're on the air at 6:15. 7 o'clock, Ricky will go over the lineups and the pitching matchups, and then about 7:10 we'll bring you the first pitch from Houston, Texas.
Cincinnati Reds over the Cubs 5-2. Now the Cubs will face the Chicago White Sox tomorrow with a 7:05 start. Milwaukee beat the Chicago White Sox yesterday 6-3.
You just this is one of those where the White Sox had won 6 baseball games and went to St. Louis and won 2 out of 3 earlier in the season. Cubs got to win both. They're just better than the White Sox. And there's the pressure games when you're going, you're not going to lose the White Sox. Yep. You got to beat them.
You're right.
You got to go win.
NCAA baseball tournament. Illinois over Indiana State early on 4-1. Kentucky beat Illinois 6-1. Then Indiana State over Illinois 13-2 to leave Illinois in the regular season at 35-21. Of course, Big Ten, they won that.
Yep.
So we're real happy about it. But we have Kentucky beating Indiana State then 5-0. So, and Lexington, Kentucky is where everything took place. Other Illinois headlines include Max Herendeen, Illinois Golf, all freshman team honors. Congratulations for that. And it looks like Shauna Green picked up Irene Noya Catoya, who's a forward that's 6'3" from Spain. Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. I don't know if you saw that foul or not, Stevie.
Just saw it on the screen.
Is that right?
It just came up, yeah.
Okay, well, they're talking about how Clark's getting beat up. There was a 71-70 victory over fellow rookie star Angel Reese and the Chicago Star over the weekend, whose fourth quarter rally came up short, but Chicago's Chennedy Carter scored a game-high 19 points off the bench, but came under scrutiny in a late third quarter foul when she shoulder-checked Clark before the basketball was inbounded.
Got fined, I think. Now they've upgraded that. But, I mean, this is great news for the WNBA. Because they're getting some, we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're jealous of Caitlin Clark, and they're tired of all the money. She got $27 million from Nike. I mean, there's just huge jealousy.
Especially with the Indiana Fever, not so much. What are they, like 2-19?
No, I mean, they were a bad team. They drafted her.
I know.
But I mean, it's perfect. They got something to talk about.
Yeah.
And now when she's on, you're going to watch how they rough her up.
Well, and at least she wasn't hurt. It just looked really bad.
It was a hard shove, shoulder. But the bottom line is there's jealousy for Caitlin Clark, and that's just the way it goes. I think she's handling it beautifully. She's not too worried about it. She knows it's rough in there, and there's some animosity about her deal and how much money she's making. But may I remind the ladies that a rising tide does raise all boats.
Yes.
Just like the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, everybody gets more.
Yeah.
You're making $75,000 a year in that league. It's going to get more because the ratings are going up. If you sell things like advertising, you pay more to have that because you can sell the advertising. They're not going to give women money because they're getting underpaid from the men. You get it because you raise revenue. That's how business works. So if the women get a big $1 billion TV contract someday, then the ladies get paid a bunch. Great for them. But they don't like Caitlin right now.
Right. She was held to one basket in one of the worst games of her young pro career just last night.
Well, I mean, it's going to get her in her head a little bit. She'll get used to it.
Okay.
She's a very talented player, but they don't like how much money she makes and how much money they make. So I'm sure that's that.
Okay.
8:49, your weather one more time here coming up.
Hey, where are you headed? To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. What do they have there? What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more. So, everything. Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Our weather brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, terrific agent at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, Van Anvis. Saturday, a little pickup on Gulf moisture. Seasonal warmth around here for the first half of the week. Feeling like it ought to be for early June across the area and the start of meteorological summertime. Drier weather. A 5-day window gets going come Thursday into early next week. Rain chance, though, not bad today at 20%. Partly sunny, warm, humid, up to 85. A little patchy fog around early on this morning. Light south wind. Shower thunderstorm in spots this evening. More so after midnight. Lows down to 66. Light south wind continues on for the day tomorrow. South breezes becoming mostly cloudy. Somewhat better odds for a couple of showers and thunderstorms scattered, though, into the morning and in the afternoon as well, with a high at about 83. Partly sunny, 82. 50-50 crack at rainfall both morning and afternoon Wednesday. Come Thursday, sunshine and high about 81. Friday highs near 80. Dry weather for the weekend into early next week. Fair amount of sunshine. Daytime readings upper 70s and lower 80s. Pleasant overnight lows in the mid and upper 50s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
All righty. Again, Cardinals play in Houston tonight. We'll have it here. Cubbies are off.
And they'll play the White Sox
tomorrow. Okay. US 105.9, home of the Chicago Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
And here on ESPN 93.5, home of the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, so the boys this afternoon, you'll hear them talking baseball.
Yep.
Anything else going on?
Well, we've got that Horizon Hobby RC Fest coming up this weekend. And man, my son Aiden and my husband Mike just love seeing all the remote control vehicles and radio controlled airplanes. And they've got a fireworks show on Saturday night. Eli Field, $10 to park. A free show after that, June 7th and 8th.
Okay, and again, it's pick the starting five. You've got 3 weeks to get this thing in. We ended the end of June, 3.5 weeks, I guess. But you have to figure out the starting five for the first regular season basketball game for Illinois basketball. I know it's a little ways away, but you have June 30th as the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And because who knows who Brad doesn't know. Nobody knows.
I know it.
So you can win $3,000. We put some money on our deal here. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are interested, go to steviejay.com. It is 21 or older. It is one entry per household. And yeah, we're getting entries, and why not?
I love it.
You just have to do a little homework, see who's on the team, and then pick five.
And a big thanks to Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, as well as U of I Golf Course in Savoy and Thomas & Eller's Insurance for being in on the fun.
All right, Diane, have a great day.
Enjoy the day.
It's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thanks for listening. Have a great Monday.
I'm Leslie Ingold. I am a nurse and a regional stroke coordinator for OSF Healthcare in Urbana and Danville. May is Stroke Awareness Month, and there's an easy mnemonic that we can refer to when we're worried that someone we know or someone we're near is having a stroke, and we tend to use the acronym B FAST. B is for balance. Am I leaning to one side or the other? E is for eyes. Vision trouble. F is for face. Take a look at their face. Does it look symmetrical? A is for arms. Stick your arms out, palms up, close your eyes, and take a look to see if one arm drifts or if they both stay the same height while you hold them for a count of 10. S is for speech. When speech comes out, does it make sense? And then T is for time. Call 911. Get to the hospital right away. Our treatment methods are based on how quickly that you can get to the hospital for treatment. Learn more at osfhealthcare.org.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Illini fans, join us in Memorial Stadium as we honor 100 years of tradition with $100 football season tickets. Don't miss a moment this season and lock in your tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against the University of Michigan. Experience more cherished moments at Memorial Stadium this season and get your $100 season tickets at fightingillini.com.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
This is Eric